promoted as champions last season, a busy transfer window that saw 3 seasoned internationals signed from Europe. Hopes were high that Dalian Yifang would return to the Chinese Super League with a roar. So far, though, it's been little more than a whimper. Hello and welcome to the Jinan Olympic Sports Centre. Wayne Boyce with you for Chinese Super League action between Shandong Luneng and newly promoted Dalian Yifang. A potential pivotal game, this one, for Shandong, who have lost their last 2 and are in danger of slipping away from the top 3 should they lose a third on the bounce, as they look to rediscover the form that saw them win their opening 3 this season. Well, it's certainly been a tumultuous start to 2018 for Dalian Yifang. 3 straight losses to start the campaign, including an 8-0 hammering at Shanghai SIPG on the opening day. It saw Ma Lin replaced with Bernd Schuster. The German has at least steadied the ship with a couple of draws since coming in. He'll be left both encouraged and frustrated, though, since taking over, having seen his side let lead slip in both the 1-1 draw at Henan Jianye and a 2-goal advantage clawed back by Chongqing Lifang last Saturday after Zhu Zhaogang was sent off. 2 sides then. Zhu Zhaogang is suspended after that red card. He's replaced by Jin Kang in midfield in one of 3 changes from Bernd Schuster. The other 2 are both at fullback, with Zhu Teng returning on the right and Zhou Ting at left back. Referee for this one is Zhao Zhizhi, taking charge of his 2nd Chinese Super League match this season. Hao Junmin, the Shandong Luneng captain, in orange, and Zhou Ting, the left back for Dalian Yifang, wears the armband for the newly promoted club. Well, Shandong Luneng are unchanged from the team that played well but was beaten at Guangzhou last weekend. Diego Tardelli hasn't scored in his last 2 games, but the Brazilian has netted 19 in his last 22 appearances. Graziano Pele, meanwhile, will be hoping to improve his tally of just 1 so far in 2018. The only champions, Guangzhou, have won more Chinese Super League titles than Shandong Luneng. They look as though they'd found a winning formula again with their impressive start to the season, something that Bernd Schuster is hoping to find in charge of Dalian Yifang as they look for their first win of the season. Li Xiaopeng, the coach of Shandong Luneng, a former Chinese international who won his first 3 matches in charge this season, but has seen his side lose the last 2 without scoring. Prior to the loss here to Guizhou in their last game, their home form had been good for Shandong. They'd lost just once in the whole of last season here, winning 10 of 15 Chinese Super League matches and were 9 unbeaten inside this stadium until the 2-0 reversal. First meeting then between these 2 clubs for nearly 3.5 years. Shandong won the last one 3-1 at Dalian, but it was the visitors who took the points on their last visit here, a 2-1 win back in May 2014. Win tonight for Shandong, take them above Shanghai Shenhua and into 3rd place, at least until Beijing Guan play tomorrow. Dalian Yifang have the carrot not only of moving off the bottom, but jumping clear of the relegation zone completely should they pick up their first win of the season. Underway, all back with Gil, mainstay of Shandong Luneng's defence, the Brazilian centre-back. Jose Font getting across to clear for Dalian Yifang. Former Southampton and West Ham and Crystal Palace defender. Free kick then for Shandong Luneng. Taken by Hao Junmin. Swung in by Hao Junmin. Dalian Yifang clearing their lines though. Pele up there battling for the ball, but again, Dalian Yifang get it away. Hadn't even scored a goal this season until Bernd Schuster took over Dalian Yifang. Surprise, given the signings that they made. Yannick Carrasco here, Belgian international. Touch off by Gaitan. Here is Gaitan again, who hits it first time, but it's well wide of Wang Dale's goal. Capped 19 times by Argentina, Gaitan brought in from Atletico Madrid for 18 million euros. Formerly of Benfica and Boca Juniors as well. Gil. Hoping very much to follow in the footsteps of Tanjin Quanjin. Last season, Dalian Yifang promoted and then finished in the top 3 to qualify for the Asian Champions League. Something that Dalian Yifang have never done before as a club, but were hoping to this time around with the heavy investment. They need to start picking up wins, and perhaps wins against those who also have Champions League aspirations, such as Shandong Luneng. Champions of China 4 times, Shandong Luneng, 3 of those in the Chinese Super League era. 2010, the last of them, the last team other than Guangzhou to win this title. There is Jose Font. He's played every match so far for his new club. His debut was certainly one to forget, though, the 8-0 hammering by top of the table Shanghai SIPG, who have maintained their 100% record so far this season with 6 straight wins. Here's Ting. Too much on it though for Xinjiang. Jing's throw. Too high though for Pele. Kang out to Xinjiang. Zheng gets it away. Xinjiang wanted the foul, nothing given though. Pele for Shandong, quickly dispossessed though. Shooting. Back in the side today at right back. Chinese international. Off Gil, it's a throw to Dalian Yifang. Tough run of games coming up for the newly promoted side. They face Tanjin Quanjin next weekend, then Shanghai Shenhua, followed by the champions Guangzhou. Played it towards Gaitan, but it's picked up by Mingan. Pot shot from distance that was under hit and off target. There is Bernd Schuster, European Championship winner with West Germany back in 1980. 58 years old now. Hasn't been employed as a coach since getting the sack from Malaga in 2014, Bernd Schuster. So an unexpected return to coaching. On by Zheng. away by Font. Font again with the header and then hooked away by Qiang. Junmin. Shandong have it back with Junsheng. Good ball over the top to Zhengzheng. Good ball into the centre, and Graziano Pelle unable to get a significant enough touch on it. The work of the left-back Zhengzheng appreciated by both Pelle and Li Xiaoping, his coach. Tireless worker down the left side. We saw that last weekend against Guangzhou. Hasn't really found his scoring touch consistently since being in China. Just 7 goals last season, Graziano Pelle. Just 1 in 5 so far in this campaign. He scored in the 2-0 win against Chongqing Lifang here. Second week of the season. Done by Gaitan. Mingan. Dispossessed though by Junmin. Here is the Shandong Lunen captain. Oh, that's a poor ball though. Really gave Lu Yang no chance at all to get on the end of that one. Zhu Ting with the throw for Dalian Yifang. Tardelli's after this. Difficult one though to control. Referee almost taking a slip there as well. Zhao Jiji. He's trying to catch the play up as Gaitan attacks for Dalian Yifang. Carrasco made the break outside him. Now Ting. Qiang. It's a foul on Gaitan. It's a free kick for Dalian Yifang. Clear kick through the back of him from Wang Tong. And Gaitang will take it. It goes from Gaitan. Carrasco coming around the back unnoticed. There's the Belgian. Good work by Carrasco. Still going. Again, a rather disappointing final shot from Yannick Carrasco. Has to be the main focal point, though, really, of Dalian Yifang's attacking work. 30 million euros, the transfer fee from Atletico Madrid. Jingdao towards Tardelli. Header away though from Jingjian. Pelle touches it down to Yang. Now Ting. It's a Dalian Yifang throw. Ting, their captain, will take it. 13 caps for China. Former Chinese Super League winner. Actually is Ting, the left back. A spell with Beijing Guan helped them towards the 2009 title. Spent 11 years in the Chinese capital. 39 years of age now, so it will be a season of being in and out of the side. Certainly can't be expected to feature for 90 minutes every week now. Tardelli's touch. Dailin. Now Jill. Junsheng. Pressure from Gaitan, but did well, Junsheng. Now Jingdao. Really hit the heights playing for West Ham that he did at Southampton. Jose Font. Jingdao's ball in towards Pele. Xinjiang. Carrasco had made the move a tad too early for Xinjiang. Here's Tong. Pele pointing to where he wants it played. Here's Tardelli though. Shields the ball well from Fangji. Yang almost getting the ball back. It's good pressure this from Shandong Luneng. Xinjiang carries it away though for Dalian. Zhu Ting clears. It's a real swipe from Dailin. And a rather needless throw given away under pressure from Yang Fangji. 21-year-old centre forward for Dalian Yifang. Just his third start this season. Last season on loan with rivals Dalian Transcendence in the same division where he made just 8 appearances. It's a big step up for Fangji. Ting. Gaitan. Neat touch for Carrasco. It's the two they really want to link up there, Dalian Yifang. There was so much ability, Carrasco. Wins the corner. That really impressive Monaco side, Yannick Carrasco, before the move to Atletico Madrid. Gaitan across to take the corner. He generally is the set-piece man for Dalian Yifang. Jose Font forward from the back. Deep delivery from Gaitan, and it's Font's header. Uncomfortable for Wang Dale. Immediately releases Diego Tardelli, who skips away from the challenge of Ting. Still going Tardelli. Just overran it in the end. Joe Ting making the crucial interception, and then Jose Font's fouled. Dalian Yifang coach Bernd Schuster, not the only European Championship winner. Jose Font, very much part of Portugal's Euro 2016 success. Jiang away. Tardelli misjudging. This is Kang. Fangji beaten to it by Jill. Shove in the back from Wang Yaopeng. '23-year-old defender Yaopeng. So a lot to learn from Jose Font. This is just his 10th appearance for Dalian Yifang's first team. Switched out by Junmin. Just 3 Chinese managers now in the Chinese Super League. There was 4 at the start of the season. Ma Lin, Dalian Yifang, before he was sacked and replaced by Bernd Schuster after just 3 games in charge. Jing Dao. Tardelli. Zhenxiang. Good work, he's picked out Tardelli. He tried to lay it on for Pele rather than go for goal himself. Zhenxiang wins it back though. Font with the header away. Now Gaitan. Carrasco got a touch on it, but it was too heavy a touch to play it into Fang Zi. Here's Jill. There's 1 or 2 signs now that Shandong Luneng are beginning to wrestle control of this game. Jing Dao. Pele. The first touch was okay, the second was really poor, and now the counter is on with Xinjiang. Here's Gaitan. Has Carrasco one way, Fang Zi the other. It's Carrasco, and Fang Zi just couldn't get there. Super counter-attack from Dalian Yifang. No surprise that Gaitan and Carrasco are involved. A knowing look from Bernd Schuster. The angle was tight for Carrasco. May well have been going for goal, but almost inadvertently turned into a good ball for Yang Fangji. Jing Dao though at the other end. Touch back by Yang. Zhenxiang. Jing Dao. Ting gets it away, but Gaitan couldn't control. Switched out by Zhenxiang. Too much on it for Tardelli and for Wan Tong. 2017, the second year in succession that Shandong failed to qualify for the Champions League, having qualified for the previous 3. That is the target again this season for Li Xiaopeng. Top 3, remember, and the Chinese FA Cup winners who qualify for the AFC Champions League next season. Gaitan. Xinjiang. Initially as though he carried it out of play, and so he goes anyway to Shandong Luneng. Gaitan. Carrasco. Has to come in more centrally to get himself involved, as he has done in the last few moments now. Carrasco. Starting position maybe out on the left, but he really is a player in light blue who needs to be involved. Font. Under pressure from Tardelli. Cleared by Chong. Gaitan is the player penalised this time, perhaps for a high foot. Minutes gone, no goals, neither goalkeeper overly tested so far. Yunmin, Dailin, Jill. Yifang under the influence of a German coach this season, Shandong Luneng themselves. Felix Magath in charge for the last campaign. Junmin. Tong. Yao Junxiang. Wang Tong. Jill. Zheng to Pele. It's Gaitan. Slide rule ball to Xinjiang. Was just beaten to it though by Zheng. Switches it out to Wang Tong. The counter is on. Lu Yang. Zheng. Tardelli. Lovely ball from Tardelli towards Pele, who again is beaten to it. Now Carrasco. This is the kind of position he can be so dangerous from, the Belgian. Gil with a foot in. Xinjiang to Gaitan. The impetus pretty much taken out of that move by Gil's challenge on Carrasco. Mingyan. Ting. Mingyan was playing it back to his captain, but he'd already moved forward. Blocks the initial clearance of Tong, but he's happy to see it behind for a goal kick. Shandong Luneng, a club that were in the Asian Champions League quarter-finals as recently as 2016. Never been further than that in Asia's top club competition. 3 times they've exited in the last 8. It's Jill. The club's last major honour was the Chinese FA Cup in 2014. Tardelli. Junmin. Junmin. There's one for Pele to chase. Got there as well, but the final touch was off Zhou Ting. It's a corner for Shandong Luneng. This is where Graziano Pele can really be a threat. So too Gil, the Brazilian centre-back who weighed in with 3 goals last season. Jose Font looks as though he's picking up his former Southampton teammate. Swinger from Junmin. It was a good header away from Font. Dale's delivery, but cleared away by Mingyan. Fang Zi, centre forward in a position in which he's not at his utmost comfortable. Dailen. Now Yang. Assistant not happy on that far side. The flag up against Zhou Ting. Here's Jill. Tardelli. High feet all round there, but the free kick goes against Diego Tardelli and in favour of Wang Jingjian. It's been a couple of barren seasons for this side, Shandong Luneng. Finished down in 14th in 2016, proved to 6th last season, but 5 points off the Champions League places. They could add to Dalian Yifang's woes at the start of this campaign. They would move on to 12 points, 6 behind the leaders Shanghai SIPG, 1 behind champions Guangzhou. Here's Ting. Safety first clearance. It's Tardelli. Nowhere to go really there for Jingdao. There's another throw off Zhu Ting. Fang Ji, who's really struggling to make any kind of mark in the game. No surprise to see the possession very much in favour of the home side. Pele. Now Font has it for Dalian Yifang. Gaitan. It's a clumsy challenge from Hao Junmin. Plenty of experience in this Shandong Luneng team. Junmin, for example, 72 caps for China, 31 years of age. Had a spell playing in Germany, first Schalke, where he made 14 first-team appearances in 2 years there. Here he is, Junmin. Now Yang. From a couple of challenges, but was the meat and the sandwich, really, between Zhou Ting and Yannick Carrasco. He's a lively player, Lu Yang. He's 22, cut his teeth in the Portuguese second division. Six in there for Shandong Luneng. Hao Junmin, a piece of magic from this set piece. Good ball into a dangerous area, but cleared away by Wang Yaopeng. Jill. Dial in. Jill. Pele with the chest down to Zhensheng. It's wayward though and cut out by Carrasco, who gets it back from Gaitan, although he should have done. It was a rather poor ball from the Argentinian. Now Junmin. Looking for options. Here's Tardelli, though. Now Junmin. Disappointing end to another promising-looking move for Shandong Luneng. Here's Gaitan. Didn't score, remember, in their first 3 games. Dalian Yifang until Bernd Schuster took over. They've taken the lead in both matches in which he's been in charge, but failed to win them both. Carrasco. Carrasco, Gaitan and Font must have wondered what they'd walked into on the opening day when they shipped 8 goals against Shanghai SIPG. The team who looked the most likely this season to end Guangzhou's dominant run of 7 successive Chinese Super League titles. Especially now they have Alan suspended for 8 games. Here's Tardelli. In towards Pele. He pulls away from Font. Portuguese gets the block in. New across, and it's in from Diego Tardelli. Where you simply cannot keep a good man down. 2 games without a goal for the prolific Brazilian. But he is on target again here just after the half-hour mark. The kind of chance he simply doesn't miss. His 6th goal of the season for Diego Tardelli. Scorer of 15 in 18 in the last campaign. And one of those very much with the golden boot in his sights. It was a good ball into Pele, who initially seemed to have been blocked by Jose Font, but the ball found its way through to Lu Yang, and he picked out Diego Tardelli, who couldn't believe his luck. Shandong Luneng 1, Dalian Yifang 0. Big favourite with the Shandong Luneng supporters. Graziano Pele may have been the player brought in to score the goals, but it's Diego Tardelli who's been scoring them in the last couple of seasons. Dalian Yifang behind for the first time since Bernd Schuster has taken charge. Xinjiang, blocked by Gilles, cleared by Zheng. Font's header. Zhou Ting into Mingyan. Carrasco. Now Qiang. Xinjiang. Zhou Ting on the overlap. Xinjiang was looking for Fang Ji. Now Font. To sweep it out to Carrasco, but Tong again gets it away. And now the counter is on here with Lu Yang. Still he has it. Tardelli in space. Oh, it's a really poor delivery from Diego Tardelli. They can breathe a little easier. Having failed to score in their last 2 games. Shandong Luneng up and running again with a regular goal scorer on the score sheet. It's 20 in 23 appearances now for Diego Tardelli. Who's been about a bit. Flamengo, Sao Paulo on his CV, a loan spell in the Netherlands with PSV Eindhoven. He's played for Anji Mahashkala in Russia and Al Gharafa in Qatar. They love him here in Shandong. Xinjiang. It's a delightful ball to Carrasco. Up against Wang Tong. He was looking to play in Gaitan. There's been a couple of occasions now where you feel that Carrasco could have perhaps cut inside his marker and had a go for goal, and has elected otherwise. Here's Gaitan. Carrasco, Gaitan. Now Carrasco wins the corner. Ponderous looking Bernd Schuster, coach who led Real Madrid to the La Liga title in 2008 and unfancied Getafe to the Copa del Rey final a year earlier. Wonderful playing career with Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Hung up by Gaitan for Font's header. The referee saying there was a touch on that from Pelé. It's another corner. Two played, two drawn so far under Bernd Schuster. Hoping for his first win, but at the moment heading for his first defeat. Again, it's hung up by Gaitan. Once more, Font was the target. Jindao. Tardelli chasing for this one, but Ting was there, and Zhu Ting got his head to it. Given away by Xinjiang, though, to Zheng. These teams really have struggled to keep the ball consistently. Now Gaitan, away from Gilles. That was really well covered by Wang Tong. Gaitan has it back. Xinjiang. Zhu Ting. Font. Zhu Ting. Again, it's ponderous from Dalian Yifang. There's no real zip in their passing. It's very easy for Shandong Luneng's rearguard to read. Just that one breakaway when Carrasco fired across the box for Fang Ji. From that, Shandong Luneng have been pretty comfortable. Zheng. Back by Qiang. Mingan played it through to Fang Ji, but the youngster was offside. Min. Referees do have the assistance of the video assistant referee in the Chinese Super League this season, although it doesn't always work for them. Ricardo Goulach's goal last weekend disallowed for offside wrongly, even with the video assistant. It's Fang Ji and Carrasco. Now Xinjiang. Carrasco wanted it back, but it was a dreadful ball by Xinjiang. Tardelli. Sheng. Gilles. Tardelli. Zhu Ting with the header away. Now Carrasco. Dispossessed though by Tong. Struggling so far to make a mark in this game, Yannick Carrasco. Scored Dalian Yifang's first Chinese Super League goal on their return to the top flight in a 1-1 draw at Henan Jianye a couple of weeks ago, but he certainly struggled in the opening 39.5 minutes here. Gaitan too, for all his probing, has failed to cut open Shandong Luneng. Font's header to Ting. Zhu Ting's clearance is blocked away. An early substitution for Shandong Luneng. Minutes before half-time. Liu Yang makes way. You can only presume that must be an injury, given the influence he has on the side. Liu Yang, even at 22, is a creative performer. Played his part in the opening goal with the ball across to Diego Tardelli. He is replaced by Wu Jinggan. Zhu Ting. Xinjiang. Switch by Font. Cross in towards Fang Ji, but dealt with by Dai Lin. Wang Tong. And here is the substitute, Wu Jinggan. On the play though. Scored in the 3-0 win against Beijing Guan here on the opening day, Wu Jinggan, after coming off the bench 7 minutes into the second half in that game. Font with the touch back to Chong. The Portuguese defender wanted him to come out a little more quickly. Three previous visits here, Dalian Yifang, to this stadium. It's a perfectly mixed set of results. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat. There's Carrasco. Ting, Carrasco again to Ming'an. Kang. Xinjiang. It's a better ball from Xinjiang. Played in towards Fang Ji. Jill with the header away. And then driven goalwards, but rather woefully. Well, here's the Shandong Luneng goal. Here's the part that Liu Yang played in it. Tardelli, as he does, keeping his cool and touching the ball home. So deserving lead at half-time if they get that for Shandong Luneng. In terms of chances created, but they've certainly dominated the ball and set the tempo of the game. There's Tardelli. Junxiang. Wang Tong. Away by Wang Dalei. Junmin. He does have that touch of quality in the midfield areas for Shandong Luneng. One of those players that always seems to find time on the ball, even in the frenetic nature of a Chinese Super League midfield. There's Pele. And Junmin. Dai Lin. Read by Zhu Ting. Fang Ji beaten in the air again. Now Font. See much of the creativity of Carrasco and Gaitan in the first half, but you can't help but feel that Dalian Yifang is a team that lacks a focal point, particularly at centre forward. Yang Fangji is only a young player. He's barely seen the ball here in the first half. He's been kept largely in the pockets of Jill and Dai Lin. Dalian throw, just a minute to be added on. Gaitan with it. There's there to be a sting in the tail of the first half for the away side. Oh, the referee's given a foul throw here, is he? Nicholas Gaitan certainly doesn't seem too happy with the decision. Let's see. Oh yeah, his foot comes off the ground, he can complain all he wants. It certainly was a foul throw. No matter anyway, because there is the half-time whistle. An extra word in the ear of the assistant from Nicholas Gaitan, despite the fact that the replay showed his foot was clearly off the ground when he took the throw-in. But more to ponder is the fact that Dalian Yifang are a goal down at half-time, have created precious little really in terms of challenging Wang. Welcome back to the Jinan Olympic Sports Centre. Shandong Luneng 1, Dalian Yifang 0 at half-time. The two sides are out for the second half. Interesting to see. Bern Schuster side approach this second 45 minutes. Dale, the Shandong Luneng goal, largely untroubled in the first half. There was just that one moment when Carrasco and Gaitan linked up. Fang Ji couldn't stretch to touch the ball in. Diego Tardelli's goal, 13 minutes before the break, separating the two sides. Dalian Yifang players deep in conversation here before the second half gets underway. Remember, promoted as League One champions last season, looking for their first win since returning to the Chinese Super League. Relegated in 2014 they were, after 3 seasons consecutively in the top flight. They finished twice in 5th place before being relegated in season 3. This is the 4th season that the club has had overall in the Chinese top flight, and not exactly going to plan. The ambition was certainly there, as was the financial backing. No surprise really, a change at centre forwards. Fang Ji, the 21-year-old striker who really was struggling in that first half, is replaced by Sun Guowen, who is a midfield player, so it'll be interesting to see just how Dalian Yifang rearranged in this second half. Certainly got more experience in the side now with Sun Guowen coming in. Second half underway then. Bern Schuster's side, who have given away leads in the last 2 weeks, come from behind themselves this time. Tall order though against a Shandong Luneng side who don't often lose here, despite the fact they were beaten by Guizhou 2-0 in their last home game. That would certainly fall into the surprise stroke shock category, that result. Certainly far from the norm. Here's Guowen. Ting. Again. Peng into Kiang, and now Jose Font. So, but it does look as though Sun Guowen is going in at centre forward, a straight swap for Fang Zi. All the money that they spent in the off-season, something of a surprise that they didn't bring in a goal scorer. Font. Away by Zheng. Chance to deliver for Guowen, the substitute. Tong's header away. Carrasco. Cuts in and goes for goal. That's more like it for Yannick Carrasco. 2 or 3 times we were expecting to see that from him in the first half when he decided to pass rather than go for goal. Perhaps he's been told by Bernd Schuster to be more direct and more selfish. Away by Font. Junmin. Didn't realise that Guowen was behind him, but Shandong Luneng maintained possession nonetheless. Zheng. Pele. Jose Font suggesting they should have had a free kick for handball against Pele, but possession anyway. Kiang. Just got a crucial toe to that. It looked as though Tardelli was about to pounce. Here's Ting. Goes flick, not fooling Wang Tong. About 3 fouls in that challenge in one go. And the substitute, Sun Guowen. 28 appearances last season in the second tier in their promotion campaign, just the 1 goal. It's his 4th appearance of this season, but he's only started 1 game. Played in the 2002 World Cup, did Li Xiaopeng for China. The tournament was hosted by South Korea and Japan. Former coach of the Chinese women's national team as well, who have a more successful record than their male counterparts. Font gets it away. Tardelli's throw. 2002, the only time that China have qualified for a World Cup. The target is said to be winning the trophy by 2050. Way to go yet, though. Failure to qualify for the upcoming World Cup in Russia. Improving. It's Carrasco. Font. Carrasco. Jinjian. Taken away by Junmin. Brighter start to the second half from Dalian Yifang. Jinjian. Zheng to Tardelli. Away by Yao Peng. Gaitan touches it on to Zhou Ting. This is Carrasco. Mingan. Seemed to be more on the front foot, Dalian Yifang. Started this second period, clipped in behind towards Guo Wen. Did well to catch the ball up and keep it in, but played it into Jill, really. Now it's a free kick for Shandong Luneng, and the pressure breaks down again for Dalian Yifang. Club that was only formed as recently as September 2009. As Dalian Erbin. It was quite a story. They won promotion from the third tier in their first season, and then their second season won promotion from the second tier. Gave them their first stint in the Chinese Super League. Out of the top flight though for 3 years before returning. It's a club with plenty of ambition. It's a season that could easily get away from them, especially with the fixtures that are coming up, and they're still in search of their first win. Ting Gaitan. Over the top for Mingan. It was a delightful ball from Gaitan, and Mingan hooks it goalwards, but again it's comfortable for Wang Dalei. It's Tardelli. Pele. Space now for Jingdao. Nobody ahead of him though. It's to go back to Tardelli. Jingdao again. Now Tardelli. He really has Pele to aim for. It's out for a corner. Start to the second half from Dalian Yifang, but it certainly burst their balloon if Shandong Luneng could grab a second goal here. It's Tardelli, Pele's header. Connection he wanted though, and Yifang get it away. It's Tardelli again though, and still and cleared away. It was played in by Dai Lin. Pele heads it on again. Now finally Dalian Yifang tidy things up with the goalkeeper Zhang Chong. It's blocked by Zheng. Front again back to his goalkeeper, and this time it's swiped upfield by Zhang Chong. Jingdao. Jun Sheng. Tardelli. Jun Sheng. Here's Gaitan. Nice feet from Gaitan. Taking support. Now Mingan. Gaitan again, getting it back from Kang. Again, this is where it's continually breaking down for Dalian Yifang. Header out by Zheng Zheng. Wen. Gaitan. Towards Carrasco, Tong stretching and just getting ahead to it though. Zhou Ting. Kiang. Here's Font. There's better pressure from Dalian Yifang. Ting. Cross in, Gaitan was up there, may fall for Carrasco, but it's hooked away by Jingdao. More like it though from Dalian Yifang, something for Shandong Luneng to think about defensively at least. Go short to Gaitan. Gaitan again. Chased away from the danger zone though. Really good pressure from Xinjin Dao. This is Jose Font, who's the furthest forward for Dalian Yifang. Flicked into Guo Wen. Behind for a goal kick and a familiar end to that spell of pressure for Dalian Yifang. Third place, remember, on offer, should they win here. Beijing Guan, though, could take that from them. They play tomorrow. Pele, Tardelli. Jingan. Cheng to Junmin. Now to Pele. Pele again unable to hold up the ball. Jing Dao back in. I think he's frustrated with himself. He really struggled when he came to China. Felt he scored just once in his first 16 appearances. Settled down with a few goals towards the end of last season. Here's Jingan. The corner. Pele has started this campaign slowly again with just one goal so far. As it is, Yifang will remain rooted to the bottom of the table. Delhi. Jill waiting for the ball to arrive, it didn't. Dalian Yifang helped out there by the referee's whistle. Only two clubs awaiting their first win of 2018, Changchun Yatai, the second bottom side the other. And Dalian Yifang both have 2 points, just a point behind Guizhou, whose 3 points were picked up in that 2-0 win here against Shandong Luneng. They've lost the other 5. It really was an extraordinary lapse and a needless defeat from a Shandong Luneng point of view. The loss at Guangzhou, understandable. Nicolas Gaitan over this. Dale on his toes. Needs to keep alert. He's been underworked pretty much, the Shandong Luneng goalkeeper, in the opening hour. Plans afoot for Bernd Schuster maybe to get his side back into it. In by Gaitan. Pele with the header away. Wonder what they have in terms of squad depth and how Bernd Schuster can change it up. Dalian Yifang, Xinjiang. It's good feet, but rather threw himself to the ground, hoping for a free kick. Lovely touch from Pele. Jing Dao beaten to it though. And the referee didn't like the challenge. It's a free kick for Shandong Luneng. And now he's surrounded by light blue shirts. Both players arrived at the same time. Foot perhaps a tad higher from Jin Qiang. The Shandong Luneng players were hoping for a card of some colour for Jin Qiang. Wan Jingjiang explaining to the referee that he felt he should have had a free kick before Shandong Luneng broke away. Bailin towards Pele. It's fallen for Jingdao, who fires it across dangerously, and it's a terrific save from Chong. What a strike that was from Wu Jinggan, the substitute from Shandong Luneng, anywhere else in the goal. And that would have been 2-0. Wen certainly put himself about more than Yang Fangji did. There's that chance again. Jingdao with the ball across. And it fell perfectly for the right foot of Wu Jinggan. And then at the other end, Wang Dale is called in to make a save. A comfortable one again, though, at that. It's end to end at the moment now. Carrying across though and winning the ball from Jingdao. Tardelli. His goal separating the sides. Nice work from Tardelli. Looks as though Chenji Chao is about to come on for Shandong Luneng. Pele though for the home side. Jingdao. Yifang get it away. Junmin. There's Jill. Tardelli. Junsheng. Dele and Yifang seem to have lost a bit of that impetus again that they had at the start of the second half. Shandong Luneng singing more of the ball again. And perhaps should have been 2 goals up. It was a good chance for Wu Jinggan. There's Qiang. Font looking for options. Qiang. Ting. Qiang. Xinjian. Ting. 3 to aim for in there. Xinjian was one of them, but Tong intercepted, and it's cleared away. Can make the change, Shandong Luneng. It's Yao Junsheng who needs to be replaced by Chenji Chao. Third appearance of the season for Chenji Chao, 22-year-old. He's yet to start a game. Ting. Read it well though. It's a throw for Dalian Yifang. Towards the final 25 minutes now. The game's still very much in the balance though. A shove. There is the problem for Yao Junsheng. Ice pack on the thigh for him. Zhou Ting. Now Carrasco. Mingan, Carrasco. Looked as though again he was just about to wriggle free, but lost the ball at the crucial moment. Here's Pele, Tardelli. Now this really is promising as Jinggan up in support Tardelli. Here is Jinggan. Wu Xingan. Oh, it's blocked away. Pele! It's a poor effort. Lost his balance and sliced through it horribly when the chance presented itself. Gaitan. There's Wang Tong. Junmin. Zi Chao, the substitute. Tardelli. There's Tong. Pele. Tardelli. Got underneath it. High over the top in the end from the Brazilian. Great atmosphere created by those inside the Olympic Sports Centre. It's a giant arena, holds just under 57,000. Zi Chao. Pele. Xingan is up there. Jingdao as well. Pele appealing for handball against Xu Ting. It's one back again by Zi Chao, the substitute. Xingan couldn't control. Xinjian. Flick on from Gaitan, but there was nobody ahead of him. Control from Tardelli, but he gets it back, although the whistle has gone for the foul on Gaitan. Jill's header away. Qiang. Zhou Ting. Jin Qiang. Xinjian. Back from Gaitan. He's got some trickery in those boots as Wang Xinjian, but sometimes overdoes it. It's the case again there. So a regular in the promotion push last season, 29 appearances, 2 goals. It's Wang Tong. Jingdao. Pele wanted it delivered early, but Jingdao's cross is blocked by Zhou Ting. Jingdao. Dial in. Now Jill. Tardelli beaten to that by Zhou Ting. It's Tardelli. Tong. Shandong Luneng ball again. Junmin. Dial in into Pele. Wang Tong. What's a clever ball from Wang Tong. Jingdao! Oh, that really should have been 2. Chang Chong has done brilliantly in the Dalian Yifan goal. But really, Jingdao should have been celebrating his first goal of the season, and Shandong Luneng's second in this game. It's a lovely ball from Wang Tong. Threading the eye of a needle, that one. Dao could only fire straight at Zhang Chong, who makes his second decent save of this second half. Min's corner. Gill's header. Straight at Chong. There's no time in putting Dalian Yifang on the front foot again. Zhen Jiang across. Guowen's sticking with him, but ball out of play off Zhu Ting. Gill. It's not a position he thrives on with headers like that. Couldn't keep it away from Chong or put any real power into it. Have the chances to put this game beyond Dalian Yifang now, Shandong Luneng. Yifang. Here's Tardelli. Guowen. Junmin. Wang Tong. Pele's touch to Jing Dao. Back into Pele. Well, it's just not going his way this season. Certainly not today. Well, the first touch on the knee was decent enough, but completely took his eye off it really for the second, and the ball in the end hit his standing foot. He really does look out of sorts, the Italian striker. A goal again just to lift that confidence that he had towards the end of last season without ever reaching the kind of form we saw him in for Southampton. Here's Font. Xinjiang. Gaitan. To Ting. Jing Dao, and again found favourably this time though for Dalian Yifang and Zhou Ting. Here's Font. They've stuck in there, Dalian Yifang. They could manage to find a bit of creativity and just carve that opening, a third successive ball, particularly here at one of the notoriously toughest to come and get a result. It wouldn't be a bad return from Bernd Schuster. For him is the fixture list really. Tianjin, Quanjin, Shanghai, Shenhua, Guangzhou. All to come in their next 3 games. Final quarter of an hour then. Diego Tardelli's goal on 32 minutes. It was the goal by which Shandong Luneng lead. A goal which, as it stands, would take them back into the top 3 and amongst the Champions League places, at least for 24 hours. Here's Mingan. Carrasco. Xinjiang. It's Carrasco again. Good footwork by Carrasco, but too many orange shirts around him. Xinjiang, though, wins it back, and he's muscled out of it. Tardelli. Xinjiang to Jing Dao. Tardelli. Oh, he's appealing for handball. And the referee has given the penalty, and that does seem a somewhat ridiculous decision. Even if it has hit the arm, he's no more than a yard away from a player firing the ball across on the turn. Well, he's asking the referee to go to the video assistant because he's claiming it hit him in the chest. Zhou Ting. Well, let's see. Tardelli turns and hits it. I mean, how can you possibly give a penalty for that? I think there's been a substitution as well. Zhou Ting, the right back, being replaced. Yan Peng, the player who's come on. And again, from this angle, bit of chest, bit of arm maybe, but even if it does hit the arm, he's no more than a yard or two away, and that's being fired across by Tardelli. It's the kind of thing that happens to you when you are rooted to the bottom of the table, looking for your first win of the season. It was an incredibly harsh penalty decision. He's still waiting to hear from the video assistant referee. It doesn't look as though he's going to go across and take a look at the replay himself, which is an option available to the referees under this somewhat flawed system, you have to say. They are taking a look at it time and time again. It's simply not a question of whether the ball struck his arm, it's a question of whether it was deliberate, which it certainly wasn't. He couldn't really possibly get out of the way, but it looks as though the decision will stand, and it is going to be a penalty. And Diego Tardelli with the chance to net his 7th of the season, move within one of the division's top goal scorer Wu Lei of Shanghai SIPG, and probably put this game beyond Dalian Yifang. It is Tardelli, and it is 2-0 for Shandong Luneng. 11 minutes of the regulation 90 to go, and that is surely Shandong Luneng back to winning ways and back into the top 3 of the Chinese Super League, at least for 24 hours or so. Well, they're not the only ones that love him inside this stadium. What a scoring record he has. 15 in 18 last season. Not the best penalty in truth. Zhang Chong will feel he may well have kept that out. Well, it was a solid enough strike, and it was the pace that beat the Dalian Yifang goalkeeper, if not the accuracy of the strike. That is his 7th goal of the season. And what is his 6th appearance of the campaign? Shandong Luneng 2, Dalian Yifang 0. It's looking as though Bernd Schuster is heading for his first defeat in charge of Dalian Yifang. They look as though they're going to remain as the Chinese Super League's bottom club for the time being. There's Carrasco. Xinjiang getting in a bit of a tangle, but the Belgian has it. Now Xinjiang. Tardelli. Now Junmin. Tardelli again. Here's Jill. Zheng. Interesting thing with the penalty was that I'm not sure the video assistant referee had any better a view than Zhao Zhiji, the match official who gave it straight away. I'm sure both of them, either of them got it right. Xing Dao. The handball rule really needs looking at to take out the grey areas. Here's Jill. Now Junmin. Jichao to Tardelli. And then again for Shandong Luneng. There's Carrasco. Needs something back and quick, Dalian Yifang. And the first yellow card of the evening has been shown. To ground, which I think is what the referee took exception to Zheng Zheng. He seemed to get a piece of the ball before catching the player. Confirmation of the yellow card though for Zheng Zheng. So a poor delivery from Carrasco. When Carrasco did well to dig out the cross from there, but Font beaten to it by Wang Dale. Xinjiang, it's a foul by Junmin. Away a 2-goal lead last weekend, Dalian Yifang. Can they pull one back themselves? Yao Peng. The odds very much stacked against it with 7 minutes to go. Carrasco. Xinjiang. Carrasco on his heels. Junmin takes it away. Really has dominated that midfield area, Junmin, for Shandong Luneng. Here's Tardelli. Squares it. Oh, and it's over the top. What a chance for Wu Xingan. Unselfish play from Diego Tardelli, laying it on a plate really for the Shandong Luneng substitute. That really would have put the tie to bed. What more do you want, really? That is a horror miss from Wu Xingan. Well, had he mishit it, it probably would have gone in, but he's got right underneath it, Wu Xingan. Could have doubled his tally for the season there. Scored against Beijing Guan. He's had 2 big chances really second half. The first of them he hit straight at the goalkeeper, but that was certainly one to forget. Here's Tardelli. Such great vision and unselfish play from Diego Tardelli, bearing in mind he's on a hat-trick goal that would have put him level at the top of the scorers charts. Jichao. Tardelli again. Shandong keeping the ball confidently now. Just a throw, no free kick. Change then for Shandong Luneng. Jin Jingdao is the player to make way, and on comes Yang Qi. Year-old player Zhang Qi on for his 3rd appearance of the season. Spent his entire career at Shandong Luneng. Hasn't really played that much considering he's 30. This is only his 78th appearance for Shandong Luneng. Carrasco. Sort of sideways an awful lot, Carrasco, as has Gaitan by Shandong Luneng's well-organised defence. It'll be their third clean sheet in their opening 6 games, if they can keep Dalian Yifang out. Dalian Yifang, who are heading for their 4th blank in their opening 6. Here's Yao Peng. Here's Ming Yan. Zhou Ting. Peng. Font. Gaitan. Oh, it's a lovely ball into Xinjiang. Oh, the flag has gone up for offside, though. It was much more like it from Nicolas Gaitan. And a belated flag stopping him in his tracks. He was off. It's a good call from the assistant. It's the kind of play that we really haven't seen enough of from Dalian Yifang. Xinjiang got himself off the mark in a 2-2 draw with Chongqing Lifan last weekend. It's been lively again here without really over-troubling the Shandong Luneng defence. Jose Font. And Gaitan. Here's Ting. Gaitan again. Kang to Jose Font. Carrasco. And Ting's ball in, but there's nobody in there at all. Yan Peng was the furthest forward. After 2 defeats, it's looking like a routine win for Shandong Luneng. Plenty of work for this man, Bernd Schuster, to do. For Dalian Yifang. Home next weekend, but against the side that they are trying to emulate this season, Tanjin Quanjin, who under Fabio Cannavaro came up and finished 3rd last season to qualify for the Champions League. Pele. There's Jill. Dailin. Chi dispossessed rather comfortably. And here's Jill, chested down well to him by Dailin. Tardelli. Zhang Qi. Tardelli again. 4 minutes to be added on at the end then. Substitutions and the video assistant referee involving himself in the penalty for Shandong Luneng's 2nd goal. Here's Zheng. Now Junmin. Oh, what a storming run that is from the Shandong Luneng captain. And the flag is up for offside against Wu Jingyan. Just about off. Tardelli was more offside, but the flag was up for Wu Jingyan. Here's Font. Yao Peng. Zhou Ting. Jing Yang. Yao Peng to Ting. It's a foul all day long from Zhang Qi. Jan. They've worked much harder to stay in shape this week, Shandong Luneng. Second half performance, particularly against Guangzhou, wasn't bad. It wasn't beyond the realms in that game. They could have got themselves an equaliser. It's taken them a couple of weeks, but it looks as though they're finally recovering from that loss to Guizhou here. Across the face of Gaitan. It's a club that's going to need all the experience of Gaitan and the quality of Carrasco to get themselves out of this early predicament they find themselves in this season. Gaitan hits it, straight at the goalkeeper. Two Europa League finals with Benfica, he had 3 Portuguese league titles as well. And also an Argentinian league winner with Boca Juniors, Nicolas Gaitan. The yellow card is out. It was waved in the direction of Gaitan. Tardelli, Xingan. Confirmation it was the Argentinian who was booked. Junmin. Zheng from Xingan. Frustrating evening for Dalian Yifang and Jose Font. Here's Gaitan. Well, given the fixtures they have coming up, it may well get a whole lot worse before it starts to get better for Dalian Yifang. Bernd Schuster suffers his first defeat since taking over, but it's a 4th defeat in 6 this season for the newly promoted club. Diego Tardelli, very much the main man again for Shandong Luneng. His goal on 32 minutes, and then his conversion of a rather controversially awarded penalty, sealing the win for Shandong Luneng and putting an end to the successive defeats. It is a 2-0 victory that sees Shandong Luneng, for the time being at least, until Beijing Guan play tomorrow, regain a place in the top 3 Champions